So I asked on Twitter and Instagram some Q&A questions, and I'm just going to go ahead and answer those for you guys. Now, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and answer these questions while I got my big fat coffee, and yeah, let's just get into it. So starting off with question number 1, this is from Red Reacts, and she says, what do I have to do to have you as my editor? So you obviously replied to my post on Instagram, so if you actually just drop me a DM on there, I'll go ahead and respond to you straight away, and we can discuss prices and things like that. And yeah, it's that simple. Let's go on to the next question. So Crispy says, who's your favorite client? Now, to be honest, I'm not working with a whole bunch of people. Like, my main consistent clients are Avery B, Nolofmar, Crispy, and Oni Studios. Now, I don't exactly have like a favorite client that I like prefer to work with, like overall. Like, I love doing everyone's videos because obviously each person has a different style, so it kind of just lets me be creative. But obviously there is Crispy, who I am the closest to out of them all, I'd say. I guess you can class it as Crispy because I'm closest to him, but yeah. And then the next question from Crispy is, who inspired you to start editing? Now, I think I've actually explained this story before, but to be honest, editing was not on purpose, like genuinely at all. It was unintentional, right? My subscriber called Kaio, he's quit editing now, sadly. However, at the time he was an editor for a team, and he hit me up saying that they want to bring on another editor and he wants them to pick me. So yeah, to be honest, it was that simple. It wasn't even on purpose, and from there, that's when editing just began. So the next one is, what's one thing you want to work on with editing? So I'd say probably my music selection and learning more advanced edits, such as like graphics, like motion graphics, because I feel like music is something I like somewhat know how to do. However, there's times where I'm like not too sure exactly what to do to fit the scene. And with motion graphics, I think it would just be great to work on my IRL work and obviously be able to experiment with motion graphics. What's the longest video you have ever edited? I've done an Among Us video and it had like 8 POVs, I think, and it had 3 hours of footage, so I'd guess I'll say that one. Among Us, man, Among Us was the time. So the next one is from Olivia. What made you want to learn editing and then turn it into a job? So again, that was unintentional, but I guess the person that made me want to keep going would be Kaio, because honestly he did inspire me from the beginning. Like, that's kind of the style I was trying to replicate, which was his. When did you first start editing? So as far as it being like an income, it was 4 years ago, which is crazy to think of that it was a whole 4 years ago. But yeah, 4 years ago is when I started editing. In 10 years, where do you see yourself, or where would you like to be? I'd like to be financially free and not have to worry about any of that. Probably have my own house by then, because you know I'll be 26. I'll be 27. Hopefully a boyfriend. Maybe someone wants me one day. If possible, be out the UK. Maybe a bit of Australia. Maybe a bit of America. Just not the UK, to be honest. I don't like it here. But hopefully by then, I am my own YouTuber. Who do you look up to? Okay, this is a good question. Gotta obviously be my mum, because my mum does a lot of hard work. She's amazing. Crispy, honestly, with his motivation is insane. Honestly, I don't know if you guys have been watching Noah Beck's YouTube recently, but it's gotta be Noah Beck, because the type of content he's creating and like the aesthetic and everything is what I want to go for my channel in the future. And honestly, it is just so good. Like, honestly, I've got to say, Noah Beck is up there, because he's like pretty much the only YouTuber I watch. Is there anyone inspires you in your work? Okay, as far as YouTube, like I said, Noah Beck, he is like type of person, or Slush or Casp. They're like the main people up there that I like to watch. As far as editing though, I'd say to begin with it was like Lufus and Kaio and everyone like that, but now I kind of just go with my own flow and try to do my own thing. Zayd is definitely someone that I want to learn like his type of skills. Like, his editing work is amazing. What are your hobbies, and do you want to make any new ones? So YouTube is obviously my hobby right now. Like I said, hopefully one day it's like my full-time thing. I maybe want to get into like photography, or just like more into like fashion as such, and trying to get like better style and everything like that. But that's not really a hobby. That's just kind of like, yeah, I don't know. And then I also want to travel at some point, but that, again, that's not a hobby. That's the thing I want to do. So what are your top places to visit? Okay, so I want to go to LA and Miami. I want to go to Thailand, the Bahamas. I want to go everywhere. I want to go Australia as well. I honestly want to go everywhere. Everywhere just seems amazing. What are your main goals in life? Okay, my main goals in life, again, to be financially stable, be able to have my own house, probably invest into other things as well, so I can make my own income. With my own brand, I want to obviously expand it outside of YouTube and everything. I also want to like try to get sponsorships, everything like that. And I obviously want to make sure my parents can be financially happy through me and have them not worry about money or anything like that. That is like my main goal in life, and to just make them proud. So yeah. And then Olivia says, not a question, but I'm so proud of you every day. Guys, put W Olivia in the chat. We love you, Olivia. We love Olivia. That is Instagram officially done. We're now going to go on to Twitter. So on Twitter, Grits has commented dream holiday destination. Now, like I said, probably like Australia, Thailand, LA, and everything like that. When I get older, I want to just travel. I want to travel and edit on the go, and then make my own content on traveling. You know what I mean? How would you keep original content whilst also making what people want to see? I'm going to be honest. This part, I don't think I actually do. I think my content is quite dry at the minute until I can find what I want to fully do with the channel. Like, I know what I want to do, but with what I do, it's hard. So I want to make lifestyle videos and like vlogs and everything everything like that. But because I work Monday, Friday, 12 till 8, it's kind of limits my time I can film. But yeah, I guess I was just kind of think like, what would I want to watch on YouTube? Like, I'm not going to post something that nobody would want to watch. If you was a dude for a day, what's the first thing you'd do? I'd look in a mirror and see what I look like to see if I'm attractive or not. If you had the option to live off Reese's for the rest of your life, would you take the offer? We know you like Reese's and I don't blame you. They amazing. So believe it or not, I'm actually gonna have to say no, purely just because I love savory food more than sweet food. So I don't know, maybe give me a different deal with some savory food like pasta and we may have a deal. What's the best way to come up with content ideas? So the best thing to do, like, pick out like 5 YouTubers that you like to watch and that you want to make content similar to. Go through all of their channels, pick out the best ideas that you like, and then try and adjust them to match your style more, your aesthetic, and everything like that. Are you cold right now? I actually am freezing to death, to be honest with you. What's your biggest pet peeve? It's got to be when people chew with their mouth open. How are you over the age of like 5 and you don't know to close your mouth when you chew? Like, nobody wants to hear those noises. Who wants to hear those noises? Because I don't. Anyway, I could go on a whole rant about that, but we're not going to waste the time. I'm going to move on to the next question after we take a sip of coffee. Best client you have ever worked with in 4 years of editing. Now, to be honest, as far as like kindness wise, I'd probably say Sky Jade or Crispy. But to be honest, everyone I've worked with has been extremely nice, so I don't really have any complaints about anyone. Since you're a full-time editor, how do you avoid creative block? So to be honest, I don't really have a choice because it's my job. Like, I just have to push through it and then it eventually comes back. Favorite celebrity? Well, either Hero, Fiennes, I don't know how you say his name, but Hero from the After movies, or Ross Lynch. Or Jacob. Oh my god, I don't know. Everyone's coming after him since Saltburn, mate. Nah, Kissing Booth. Everyone get your hands off. You've got this new obsession from Saltburn. I've had this since Kissing Booth. Move along. Move along. When can we next meet up and make content? Nib, mate, whenever you can pull up. I am free. I am ready. How did you create the connections you currently have? So, to be honest, I kind of just began editing in an agency and then I got put into a group chat with loads of editors. Kaio added me into it. So he kind of started my career, to be honest. So thanks, Kaio, if you're still watching. And then, yeah, just kind of followed them and then I'd follow their connections and then it just kind of kept going. Dream Festival lineup, 10 names. We're going to include people from the dead, purely just because half of my music is people that have passed away. So, I don't really know if I can name 10, but I can name a few. So D Block Europe, obviously, essential. I don't care what anyone else says. Lil TJ, King Von, Juice WRLD. I've already seen Chris Brown. He would just be sick to see live again. Jaden, Hostler, Ken Carson, Baby Main, probably Dave. Dave would be sick to see live. How would you start to work with Cypher and Only GG? Well, if you guys want to know this, be sure to check out my previous video. I go through step by step of how I started working with them and things like that. What is the weirdest / scariest dream you've ever had? So to be honest, I don't dream at all. If I do dream, it is a horrible dream. Like, it is the worst dreams I've ever experienced. So if you know me, you know I have a fear of clowns, right? One dream that I had once was that someone in my family kind of turned into Pennywise, and then I thought that they was in the room with me, and then I wouldn't, and then while I was awake, I wouldn't get my head out the quilt for about 20 minutes, purely just because I was that scared that the clown was actually in the room with me, next to me. It wasn't. Obviously, it was a dream, but I was too young at the time to know that. Another one, which was actually quite recent, I was kind of like in the war, and I was watching like everyone around me just like pass away. So I guess there's that. But yeah, like I said, I don't really dream and I don't really remember dreams, but I just remember that those two things happened. So yeah. What is one thing you hope to accomplish in the future? Become a full-time YouTuber, be financially stable, and travel the world. How do you get the creativity to animate intros or just creativity when you're editing? So sometimes they want me to stick to a style, but then sometimes they just let me do whatever. When I'm kind of editing, I just kind of listen to how it would look in the final piece, what sound effects I could use to make it work, what type of music, and everything like that. Would you ever thought that you'd work with Oni Studios and other big creators? Honestly, if you told 13-year-old me, I would be tweaking out that I'm editing for Cypher PK. I'm gonna be honest, I used to watch him so much back in the day, and like when I worked with FaZe High Sky, that was a really big accomplishment for me, purely just because I used to watch him all the time. So honestly, no, I would not have thought it at all. Who's your favorite musician / artist? I'm gonna be honest, come for me, it's probably D Block Europe or Lil TJ or Jaden Hostler. Now I don't care what you guys think, because to be honest, they have goddamn music. Fight me in the comments. Let's go, let's have a battle. But guys, that being said, that is the end of this video, purely just because we have finished all the questions. But if you guys have any more questions, comment them down below and I will answer them in the replies. Obviously, be sure to like and subscribe and check out all my other socials, guys. I'm super excited for what content I bring to this channel in the new year. And yeah, guys, I'll catch you on the next one. Peace out.